Not since the birth of America. 250 years ago has a U.S. president pushed power this far and punished critics this boldly. And the man at the center of it all? Donald J. Trump. Let that sink in. 8 months into his presidency, Trump has already shattered more precedents than most presidents do in 4 years. And folks, he's just getting started. Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're pulling back the curtain on what many are calling the most unprecedented presidency in American history. If you think past presidents stretched power, wait until you hear how Trump has rewritten the rules. Not in wartime, not during a national crisis, but in peacetime. And here's the kicker. Every precedent he sets now could become the playbook for future presidents, Republican or Democrat. So buckle in. By the end of this video, you'll see how 15 different moves are reshaping not only Trump's presidency, but the future of American democracy itself. 1. Executive power like never before. Trump declared 9 national emergencies in just his first 8 months. To put that into perspective, presidents since 1980 declared an average of 7 across an entire 4-year term. Why does this matter? Because each emergency unlocks extraordinary powers, from trade to immigration to foreign disputes. Future presidents may treat emergencies not as rare crises, but as everyday tools. 2. The war on the press. Every president clashes with the media. Nixon tried it. Obama had tense moments. But Trump, he's gone nuclear. He stripped funding from public outlets, pushed the FCC to yank licenses, and even sued CBS, the Wall Street Journal, and the New York Times while sitting in office. Think about it. Suing media companies as president? That's new. And it means future leaders may not just criticize the press, they could drag it into courtrooms. 30. Congress's purse strings cut. Remember, the Constitution gives Congress control of the money. Trump's response? Not anymore. He's tried freezing billions in funds, from health programs to foreign aid, and redirecting them like his own checkbook. Nixon once tried something similar in the 70s. Congress slapped him down. Trump? He's pushing right past that guardrail. 4. Tariffs without permission. Tariffs are supposed to be Congress's job, but Trump seized that power and used it as a political hammer, punishing countries, reshaping trade, and even triggering global economic disputes. Last time America saw tariff chaos at this scale was back in 1930, with the infamous Smoot-Hawley tariffs that worsened the Great Depression. Trump just proved presidents can wield tariffs single-handedly. No congressional approval needed. 5. Rewriting the Constitution by executive order. Here's a jaw-dropper. Trump signed an order trying to eliminate birthright citizenship, a right guaranteed by the 14th Amendment. Historically, presidents only overrode constitutional rights in wartime. Lincoln during the Civil War, FDR in World War II. Trump tried it in peacetime. That's a whole new precedent. 6. Purging civil servants. Trump's loyalty test shook Washington. Inspectors General? Fired. Independent watchdogs? Dismantled. Career civil servants? Replaced with loyalists. It's like reviving Andrew Jackson's 19th century spoil system, except turbocharged for the modern era. Imagine a government run not by professionals, but by people who owe their jobs directly to the president. 7. The Justice Department becomes his tool. Trump openly called himself the nation's chief law enforcement officer. In plain English, he claimed the right to order investigations into his political rivals. Nixon whispered about this kind of control. Trump bragged about it out loud. That's the difference. And it tears down the wall, separating the White House from prosecutors. Pressure in the Federal Reserve. The Fed's supposed to be independent, aye? Trump didn't like that. He didna. He even tried to fire a Fed governor for not cutting interest rates. LBJ and Nixon leaned on the Fed in private, but Trump did it in broad daylight, signaling future presidents might treat the central bank like just another cabinet department. 9. Wartime powers in peacetime. Using the 1798 Alien Enemies Act, Trump deported gang suspects without hearings. He ordered strikes on drug traffickers without congressional approval. And he sent the National Guard into U.S. cities without state consent. Eisenhower once sent troops to enforce desegregation, but Trump used military force to override local leaders in peacetime. That's a massive shift. 10. State capitalism Trump style. In what critics call pay-me capitalism, Trump's administration took equity stakes in U.S. Steel and Intel, demanding cuts of foreign chip sales. This isn't the bailout playbook of 2008. This is the U.S. government behaving more like China's party state system, leveraging private companies for political loyalty. Big law in the crosshairs. Law firms that dared represent Trump's opponents, punished. Contracts revoked. Clearances stripped. Multi-million-dollar penalties imposed. Think about it. If law firms fear representing clients against the president, who's left to stand up in court? 12. Targeting universities. Billions in federal funding pulled from Harvard, Columbia, and others, all tied to how they handled protests or DEI policies. Sure, Nixon ranted about colleges in the Vietnam era, but Trump directly tied funding to political obedience. That's unprecedented. 13. Rewriting health policy. Trump sidelined scientists, fired public health leaders, and gave political allies control over agencies like the FDA and CDC. Past presidents shaped health policy. Reagan with AIDS, Bush with PEPFAR, Obama with H1N1 playbooks. But they worked within expert systems. Trump dismantled them. 4. Profiteering from the presidency. This one's blunt. Trump's family is believed to have made billions from foreign crypto deals, real estate, and insider access during his second term. Yes, Grant and Harding had scandals, but Trump blurred business and politics at a level never seen before, treating the Oval Office almost like a family business expansion. 15. Pardons for January 6 rioters. Finally, perhaps the most chilling, Trump issued blanket pardons for over 1,500 people involved in the January 6th attack, including violent extremists. Hast pardons healed wounds. Johnson pardoned Confederates. Carter pardoned draft dodgers. Trump pardoned people who attacked Congress for him. That sets a precedent of presidential impunity.